Hello, today we are going to walk you through how to get everything set up for your ACA 115 course. I hope this little tutorial helps you guys, and from here on out I'm going to use a screencast-o-matic to show you exactly how to navigate through the website, work with your SLOs, tests, etc., that kind of thing. So I hope this helps. Alright, so we are going to access the Instructor website, and I'm going to walk you through some of the important things that can be found in the Instructor website and how to typically use the Instructor website. So the first thing we need to do is access it. You were given permission to access this site. It is a private site whenever you attended the Teaching Experience Seminar. However, many of you may have gone through that several semesters ago, and you might not remember your password or your username. But the first step is to actually have the URL. So this is the URL right here, and you're going to want to probably write that down. And when you access it, I would recommend saving it as a tab on your browser or saving it in your favorites. Alright, so if you cannot access it, you just need to give me a call at extension 2072 in order for me to figure out what email you were using, and then I could possibly resend you a link for you to get access to the website. Alright, so this is the home page. You can always get back to the home page by clicking on ACA 115. Alright, the first thing that you will see are the faculty and student schedules. Now, I have created faculty schedules and student schedules for one for you and then one for your students, obviously. Alright, your schedule is a little bit more in depth than your students, and it tells you exactly what you need to do on the days that you need to do them. So we're just going to go to a faculty schedule. Notice that I clicked download simply because viewing it will result in some viewing glitches, so always download it and look at it to print it off or whatever. I would highly recommend printing this off and putting it in your notebook. So this is a Monday, Wednesday schedule for this upcoming spring semester. So it says day 1 is January 8th. We're covering SLO 1. Day 1, I'm going to do the icebreaker. I'm going to go over the syllabus. I'm going to remind the students to get all this information, and then I'm going to tell them that their homework is to read pages 14 through 16. Now, it says see suggestions. I wonder where that could be. Well, when you were in the Teaching Experience Seminar, we gave you a notebook that had information in it. That information housed a lot of the breakdowns as to how to complete some of this information. So day 2 is actually your lifeline, having your students create and present their lifelines. So that information can be found in your ACA instructor notebook. If you don't have that, that's okay. That information can also be printed off again from this website. So the student schedule, just to kind of give you an idea as to what it looks like, is a little bit more condensed, but it shows the student what they're doing in class and then what their homework is. So how a student should read this is that on January 8th, they are going to be doing an icebreaker, going over the syllabus and getting all this information, as well as for homework, they need to read pages 14 through 16. So that reading should have been done prior to day 2. All right. Next up are faculty documents. This just includes some really good information. The ACA videos that Dennis uploaded, it's actually a document. You can click on the links. This is like the Stuck in the Elevator and Just Stop It with Bob Newhart. Also, here are the student grade sheets. This shows you how many points each assignment is worth. Most importantly, your SLO information is located here. I have created an SLO spreadsheet for you so that you don't have to do all that much work. All you have to do is input the information. And what I've done is I've created this spreadsheet in order to make it to where you don't have to calculate anything. So all the calculations are done, and really cool about this is that it shows you where this information is coming from. So SLO 1 comes from test 1, and you're looking for questions 5, 7, 8, 18, and 19, in which you'll put a 1 or a 0. SLO 2 is a rubric for your learning styles reflection. All right, so you have rating 1, rating 2, rating 3, rating 4, rating 5, and you just literally copy what is on that rubric. So if they got 10 points, you put a 10 in. Don't worry about the 1 to 5 or anything like that. I have calculated this to where it will automatically give you an average and tell you whether or not that student mastered or did not master that SLO. All right. Moving on, we go into actual content of the course, and if you'll notice, this goes into the way the course is lined up. So, for example, we start off with Chapter 1, and then 2, 3, 4, and then instead of going straight to Chapter 5, we go into Portfolio and the Holland Code Career Key. Well, that's just simply because that's the way that the course is laid out. So, Chapter 1 in Financial Literacy, you can find all the information you need right in here. This right here, the Chapter 1 SLO1, is that piece of paper or papers that walk you through actually how to complete the assignments that we laid out in that first thing that I showed you, the faculty schedule. So if I download this and we look at it really quick, it'll read, like basically all you have to do is read it. Day 1, this is the first day of class. In order for students to become familiar with classmates, an icebreaker activity should be used. Then it gives you an idea for an icebreaker. You can read it, and it's basically, this is what makes it a canned course, is so that, you can just pretty much read this and you'll know exactly what to do. All right. Now, we have 2 different edition of resources. This is simply because our textbook edition changed back in 2012, I believe. And so we have a 5th edition resources and 6th edition resources. This is obviously the resource in which we're using now. But I kept some of the 5th edition resources because some of those PowerPoints are actually a little bit better than the 6th edition resources. So you just need to go through and find what works best for you. Please do notice that on day 2 or 3, I can't remember, you are going to show your students the student website. The student website looks almost exactly like this website, except for it doesn't have like the keys or any, like the test and the test keys. So if I go to the student website, this is actually what it looks like. Very similar. Chapter 1, they can print off their scavenger hunt if they were out of class. They can view the flashcards. I did a tutorial for financial literacy. They can do the PowerPoint for the financial literacy. They can go through it all so that they have everything that you have, with the exception of the tests and the test keys. Alrighty. So moving on, we get into these other little categories like the portfolio and the Holland Code Career Key. You just can go through there and kind of see what's in there. This right here, I will point this out, is the actual assessment that the students will take, the Holland Code Career Key. This actually goes in their portfolio, so this is the one that you're going to need to download and print out for your students. The globalization, this is where you can find the links to the videos that you're going to show in class. Made in America, Globalization 1 and Globalization 2, as well as the actual assignment for the globalization. Now, whenever I have finished with the scheduling of the Faces of videos, I will email that out to everybody, as well as post it up here on this website. With the registration tab, this gives you everything that you need in order to complete the registration activities. The main activity that we want the students to complete that will go in their portfolio is that they need to, number 1, obtain a checkoff sheet for their program. This can actually be like the actual checkoff sheets or brochures that they can get from their department head or department head's admin, or it could be their web advisor program evaluation. Then we ask them to schedule classes for the next semester. So if you're teaching this spring, they'll schedule classes for next fall. And then we ask them to come up with a 4-semester plan. And then we grade it using this rubric. All right. Following all of this, we get to our tests and test keys. All of these are separated into categories. So here's your scavenger hunt and test 1. And as you can see, here's the actual document that you'll download and print out for students, as well as the key that you'll use to grade. Handouts for students, this is all extra stuff that you can use if you would like to. And then other useful information, we have some icebreaker ideas, the compass points activity, an instructor toolbox, and then like social barometer issues. Alrighty, so now let's go and look at a syllabus. We do ask that you use a syllabus that either Star, Jeff, or I created in order to create your syllabus, simply because this is a canned course. Although we all might teach the information differently, we teach the same information and we follow the same rules. We need to make this consistent because it is a first year course, and the first year course needs to be consistent all the way around. So we do ask that you copy one of our syllabi, but you can edit different information. So for example, you want to keep everything the same here in this whole area, but when you get to class policies, you can change your attendance policy. You can do it however you feel necessary. However, we do ask that you don't allow students to miss more than 5 days if you're in a if you meet twice a week. So I do a graduated policy, meaning that by January 30th, as you can see, students can miss no more than 1 day. By February 27th, they can't have missed any more than 3 days, and then so on, so that they can't miss more than 5. All of this is my own policy. We do ask that you create an in-grade account for your course so that students can keep up with your grades. We do ask that you do not use Moodle. We ask that you use in-grade. It's very easy to set up. And if you need help, Star, Jeff, or I could help you. The information that really does not need to change deals with classroom etiquette. We ask you not to change this because when they take test 1, information from this section right here of their syllabus will be used to answer these questions. For example, number 1 and number 10 I know are test questions. So we just ask that you leave those there, and everything else, as you know, pretty much stays the same. You update your class schedule and your office hours. All right. Now, if you have any questions, of course, you can contact me at extension 2072. You can email me, do whatever you need to do. I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that you'll use it, and let me know if you have any suggestions. I will let you know that Star, Jeff Taylor, Jeff Myers, and I are in the process of revamping ACA 115 for fall 2014. What we have come up with so far is going to be drastically different than what we have right now. We're looking at a more hands-on approach to the course, and we're looking at gauging the many different levels of blooms with our new revamped course. If you have any questions, or if you would like to offer any advice, we would love to hear it. Just let me know. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a great semester. Thanks.